The Broncos hiring of Vic Fangio as the new head coach, and announcing the return of Gary Kubiak as offensive coordinator, earned the equivalent of a big thumbs up from players, coaches, sportswriters and fans. Bears cornerback Prince Amukamara tweeted, "Oh, man, they're going to get a leader, and they're going to get somebody who cares for them," Amukamara said. "They may already have a history of having a great defense. All of that will be enhanced with Vic, and, of course, Khalil Mack, the all-pro edge rusher traded to the Bears by the Raiders this season, called Fangio one of the best coaches in football, from longtime NFL position coach. I'm so happy for Vic. He's the best football coach I've ever been around. This is long overdue." Daniel Jeremiah at Move the Sticks, January 9, 2019. Von Miller and Bradley Chubb will be excited to play for Fangio. His Den had 17, Sam Farnsworth at Sam Farnsworth 11, January 9, 2019. Damn, Fangio is a big loss. Wow. Jarrell Freeman at Jarrell Freeman, January 9, 2019. Often risky for a DC to take a job with a shaky QB situation, but Von Miller and Bradley Chubb in the hands of Vic Fangio could provide greater margin for error on the other side of the ball. Mark Potash at Mark Potash, January 9, 2019. But all the love wasn't just about Fangio and his incredible defensive mind. Bringing back Gary Kubiak, Super Bowl 50 winning Gary Kubiak, that is, was seen across the league as a wise move for both Fangio and the Broncos. Gary Kubiak and Vic Fangio are probably co-head coaches in Denver. That's gonna be a great situation for the Broncos. Emo, Vincent Frank at Vincent Frankenful, January 9, 2019. https://t.co/k93dl6 and Heat. Mark Schlereth at Mark Schlereth, January 9, 2019. Former Broncos quarterback Jake Plummer, who played for Kubiak during his tenure, even weighed in. He sees the move to bring Kubiak back to the coaching side as a brilliant maneuver, especially for Case Keenum. But it wasn't only reporters, fans and former players sharing their feelings about the new coaching hires. While most Broncos players refrained from commenting on social media, a few posted their excitement, and Will Parks and Shelby Harris even spoke about it to CBS 4 Denver. "I was excited, especially as a defensive guy. You see what the Bears have done this season, they led in almost every statistical category there is," Parks said, adding that he's heard a little bit about Fangio. "I've heard he's kind of a strict guy but also lets his guys have fun." Harris said he likes it a lot, bringing in Fangio. "From all the guys I've talked to, they've said he's a straight shooter, knows what he's talking about and just loves football," Harris added. I like it a lot." Saw at Philly Will 11 at Broncos HQ and asked him what he knows about his new head coach, Vic Fangio. "I know he's no one. And to have Cubes back, that's exciting. To have these kinds of coaches behind us and getting us ready for games. The sky is the limit for us." Nikki Jabvale at Nikki Jabvale, January 9, 2019. Emmanuel Sanders, one of the few guys on the offense to have been on the Super Bowl 50 team under Kubiak, seemed ecstatic about having Cubes back on the field at Dove Valley. pic.twitter.com/ulimkov6ug. Emmanuel Sanders, @Sanders_10, January 9, 2019. Horse Tracks, Doc LLV's picks of the day. He's a trip, inside look at why Bears have special coach in Fangio. Chicago Sun-Times. There is a lot to Bears defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. That was clear during an interview with the Sun-Times late last summer. Why the Broncos hired evil genius Vic Fangio as their next head coach. The Athletic. The Broncos hired longtime defensive coordinator Vic Fangio at a time when so many teams are turning to younger, offensive minds to lead their teams. Stop trying to find the next Sean McVay. Why the NFL hiring system is so flawed. The Athletic. If the Josh McDaniels fiasco in Indy taught us anything, it's that there are good, under-the-radar coaches out there like Frank Reich. GMs are just not looking in the right spots. Horse tracks Broncos hire Vic Fangio, giving offensive control to Kubiak OC. As nearly every other NFL team makes young, offensive-minded hires at head coach, Denver goes the opposite, hiring a longtime defensive coordinator, most recently for Chicago, in Vic Fangio. Jack Hens's reacts to Denver Broncos hiring Dunmore graduate Vic Fangio. Jack Hens's, Vic Fangio's high school coach in the mid-70s and boss in the mid-80s, talks about his protege going to the Broncos. As Broncos hire Vic Fangio as head coach, challenge for Bears defense in 2019 grows greater. NBC Sports Chicago with Vic Fangio being hired as the next head coach of the Denver Broncos. Can the Bears defense overcome his departure in 2019? With Vic Fangio, Broncos go with experience and toughness. Denver Broncos blog ESPN Denver tried the young coordinators and it didn't work. Fangio has never been a head coach, but he brings a long list of credentials. Broncos hiring Vic Fangio as head coach. 9news.com. Denver Broncos GM John Elway bucked the league trend of hiring a hot, young coordinator by selecting a hot, mature coordinator, Philip Lindsay, to serve as social media correspondent at 2019 Pro Bowl. "I'm not going to be able to play in the game, which I wish I was, but being a correspondent sounds pretty good too. I'm not going to lie." Philip Lindsay named Colorado Sports Hall of Fame's Professional Athlete of the Year. Lindsay will be honored at a banquet April 3rd. Could Drew Lock go no? 10 to Denver Broncos. Mile High Sports' John Elway and Gary Kubiak took a trip out to Columbia, Missouri earlier this year to watch Drew Lock live. They must have liked what they saw in Lock's rousing 38-0 beatdown of conference rival Arkansas. Sean Kugler leaves Denver Broncos to join Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have hired former Broncos offensive line coach Sean Kugler. Denver Broncos, should the team re-sign tackle Jared Veldheer? The Denver Broncos acquired Jared Veldheer via trade from the Arizona Cardinals this past offseason. He'll be a free agent this offseason. Jets hiring ex-Dolphins coach Adam Gase as head coach. NFL.com. Adam Gase has found a new head coaching gig in the AFC East. The New York Jets are hiring the former Miami Dolphins skipper as their next head coach, NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport reported. Sean Payton uses Lombardi Trophy to motivate Saints. NFL.com. From bringing in inspirational guest speakers to dancing to the song that bears his name, Saints head coach Sean Payton knows how to find unique ways to motivate his players. Bruce Arians on QB Jameis Winston, he can win it all. NFL.com. New Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Bruce Arians praised Jameis Winston in a recent interview on The Rich Eisen Show. Arians said, "The whole thing will be built around the QB." Chargers vs. Rams in Atlanta. Get ready for all LA Super Bowl. NFL.com. On the eve of the regular season, Adam Shine predicted an all Los Angeles Super Bowl. 4 months later, he's singing the same tune, but louder. Here's why the Chargers and Rams will indeed meet in Atlanta. 100%, 2 votes, 0%, 0 votes, 2 votes total. Vote now.